Okay, I just finished recording the 4-minute setup video of Merchant of Venus. If you haven't seen it, I will link it in the description. I cleaned up the yellow and white player because I intend to play the game with my oldest son, who's filming this, by the way. I'm playing red, my son is playing green. In this video we're going to take a detailed look at everything, every component of the insert, and I will give you an explanation where it is needed. Some things I should mention are the fact that this setup is this insert is optimized for the classic game, for the standard game, not the classic game. It holds the components for the classic game, but it's certainly not optimized for gameplay as far as the classic game is concerned. And second of all, as you can see, this part right here and other parts, they're as wide as the box, so you're gonna need a 3D printer with a print pad that's big enough to print this dimension. I have an artillery sidewinder X1 which has a 30 cm by 30 cm print bed, and that's what I use to print all of this. Okay, so I cleaned up the yellow player and the white player. They're back in here, and all the rest is still on the table. First off, let's see what's currently inside. We have the tray for the cards and the passenger tokens. During storage, this doubles as a container for the ships. As you can see, you can dump the 4 ships in here, no problem. It's kind of fiddly to get them back out, but it's alright. And the dice, I typically place them in here, but you can also place them in the passenger token discard spot. Okay, so let's take these back out so I can actually use the discard. Next we have 2 player boards that went back into the box, and here you have the components for the classic game. It's in a separate box that you can take out if you want to, but again, it's not optimized for the classic game. And this is the tray that contains these 2 trays right here: credit tokens, Fame and Infamy tokens, and these 2 card holders. As you can see, there are little pieces extruding here to make sure that everything stays in place. So if you, for example, take this and slide it in, you can shuffle it around, no problem. It comes out looking perfectly organized. For putting it back, the reverse order is taking out. So first this big sleeve, then this one, and finally this one. If you set up the game, you take out this one first, this second, and this third. Okay, let's put the box to the side and have a look at what's going on. So let's start at the top here. So we have 2 trays which are nearly identical. This one contains the 6 races 1 to 6, races 7 to 14 are here. So this is simple. If I explain this, you will understand this one. At the top we have all the cards for setup. As long as the player count doesn't change, you have everything to set up a new game right here. So you have the race cards, solo objective cards, the first player card, and these race cards, they go here as well. The turn indicator sits right here, and for the extended game you have these 2 tokens. Okay, so in this case 6 trays, and as you can see, if you, for example, discover race 2, you just take out the entire tray and place it on the board. On most places it fits perfectly, as you can see here, but there are some places that are mirrored. For example, here you see that it's not quite as ideal, but yeah, it works. Okay, so there are different designs of these trays. Let me take another one. For example, this one. Each race has 4, 5 or 6 of these tokens. So as you can see here, this token box holds 5 of these until it's filled to the brim. This one holds 6. And both of these hold 2 tokens on this side. But there are races, for example this one, you can see 3 tokens on this side, 2 on this side. So another benefit of using these trays is you can quite easily tell how many tokens there are in total in the game, just looking at how deep the token box goes, and you can also see how many are in circulation depending on how many tokens are missing. And that goes for this side as well as this side, because these 3 tokens right here, yeah, they make that you can only show 1, 2 or 3 tokens over here, but there are only races with 2 or 3 tokens. So every token is visible while standing on the board. One last thing of note, say if you have an objective, my objective for the game that I set up is right here. You just take the token and put it here as usual. As soon as this race is discovered, you put the box there, you take the card away. I'm not going to show it because we're going to play after recording this video. And you can take that token, shove it in here. Gives you a little more extra room, so you can always find a spot to put any passengers on the sides of the box. So typically here in this corner you would place the passengers that are available. Okay. So to summarize, we have all the setup here at the top, 6 race token boxes and 8 more. Next we have the credit token box, nothing special. They have a ramp here at the top to make it more easy to take the tokens out. Same for that one over here, that contains Fame and Infamy. These are card holders. As you can see, I try to use the 45-degree angle design on throughout the entire insert, so it's a bit more consistent. I like that. In the game there are a total of 6 cards, Intel Untitled cards, that need to be placed beside the board. So I printed these card holders so you can put them there and save a little bit of room. It's not much, but it saves a bit of table space. Okay, moving on. The last token container is this one. Oh yeah, you can see the Merchant of Venus logo is right here. There should be one here as well, but yeah, the first time I tried to print this, there was a fault in the design. So this one's missing, but if you buy it online, you will get that nice logo over there as well. Here you can see the pirates, cargo holds, engines, Blue Dot and Asteroid tokens, and the 4 delegate tokens. They all have their own dedicated slots, which makes it easy to check after cleaning up the game that there are no tokens missing. Same thing here. Since I lift these components up exactly as high as they need to be, every token box is filled to the brim. So at a glance you can see that at the moment there are no tokens missing anywhere. Also, I try to make the tokens as accessible as possible, so you can lift these out really easily. Same from the back, you can lift them out, no problem. That brings me to the player boards, which also contain the tokens for every color. Same here, you can lift all these tokens out, no problem. So we have room for the 12 drill and merchant board tokens, the 2 objective tokens, one of which is already on the board. Here we have, since it's quite thick, you can see that the dial is incorporated, so you won't get any bent cards or whatever. There are small triangles here in every corner which holds the card in place, so it won't fall out. Of course, if I flip it, all the tokens will fall out, but so I'm not going to do that. But this is pretty nicely put, kept in place. And all these indentations are for storing tokens. So if you take a basic token, you can just shove it under there, and it's all nice and organized. Same on this side, and same on the other side. And one final thing is that your fuzzy dice are kept here under an angle, which makes it look like an actual spaceship, just a little bit more. Okay, I think there's only one thing that we have yet to cover, and that's this tray right here. So as I said in the beginning, for storage you place your ships here, your dice back here or here. During gameplay, this is your draw pile for the encounters, here is your discard pile, the same for the reward cards and the mission cards. And also we have a draw pile and a discard pile for the passenger tokens. You can see that there's one passenger token missing at the moment, which is currently located on the spot of race 5, because as part of setup you have to place the first passenger token. Okay, I think that's about everything there is to it. Like I said, you can check out the setup video. I used this insert to set up the game in exactly 4 minutes, which was kind of lucky. I will provide a link to that video and also a link to the site where you can purchase and download the STL files if you want to print your own insert for this amazing game. Alright, thanks for watching and see you later.